Title: My wife said, "I'm too young to be tied down in this marriage. I need to explore my options." After 3 years together, I calmly replied, "Explore all you want." 6 months later, she came back claiming she was ready to commit now. Start: She stood in the doorway with her suitcase half-zipped, eyes glossy from whatever freedom she thought she was running toward. "I'm too young to be tied down in this marriage," she said. "I need to explore my options." I remember the way the clock ticked behind her, slow, steady, surgical. I didn't beg, didn't shout, just said, "Explore all you want." And that was the last honest sentence between us. For 3 years, we'd built what I thought was a life. The laughter over burnt pancakes, the small arguments about the thermostat, the whispered promises before sleep. She used to trace circles on my chest, saying I made her feel safe. I believed her. Maybe that was my first mistake, believing that safety meant loyalty. The cracks showed slowly. The late nights with friends, the new perfume she swore was a sample from work, the way she started locking her phone. I didn't confront her, I just watched. Observation has always been my weapon of choice. When she finally said she wanted to explore, she thought I'd crumble. She thought I'd wait. But I smiled, helped her zip that suitcase, and even called her a cab. The first week after she left, the silence in the house was unbearable. The second week, it became useful. I canceled her access to my bank accounts quietly, said there was suspicious activity. I moved my savings into a private account, changed the passwords to everything: Netflix, Amazon, joint credit cards. Petty? Maybe. Strategic? Absolutely. Then I started collecting. Not out of spite, out of precision. Screenshots of her messages that popped up on our old laptop. She forgot to unlink it. Hotel receipts from our shared email. Photos from a mutual friend who didn't realize she was giving me ammunition. Her exploration wasn't exactly exotic. Just another guy from her gym, a personal trainer with motivational quotes tattooed on his forearm. She posted him on her stories like a trophy. I didn't react. Not once. I let them think I was broken, invisible. 6 months passed. Then, like the tide crawling back after the storm, she returned. She knocked on my door on a Sunday evening. I opened it and saw her. The same, but smaller somehow. Her hair wasn't done, her smile strained. "Hey," she said softly, "can we talk?" I stepped aside, let her in. She looked around the house as if trying to measure how much had changed without her. The answer was, everything. "I made a mistake," she said finally. "I thought I needed space to find myself. But I realized it's you. You're what I want. I'm ready to commit now." I studied her face. The sincerity, the tears, all rehearsed, I'm sure. Then I said it. Calm, precise, deliberate. "I don't need you anymore. I found someone who knows what she wants." The silence after that was sharp enough to cut through the air. She laughed at first, a dry, disbelieving sound. "You're joking." I shook my head. "Who is she?" "You wouldn't know her," I said, "but she's everything you're not." She tried to smile again, the kind of smile that used to get her out of anything. "We can fix this. I'm serious." "So am I." That's when her voice cracked. "You're just doing this to hurt me." "No," I said, "I'm doing this because you already did." She didn't leave gracefully. The chaos began the moment she realized I wasn't bluffing. She texted me endlessly for days, pleading, threatening, reminiscing. When that didn't work, she went for public sympathy. Posts about toxic men who move on too fast, about being replaced. I ignored it all. Silence can be the loudest revenge. But then she showed up at my office, crying, making a scene in front of my colleagues. That's when I decided to end it properly. Not with anger, but with precision. I invited her to dinner. "For closure," I said. She agreed immediately. We met at the same restaurant where I'd proposed 3 years ago. She dressed up, tried to wear the same perfume. I let her sit through small talk until the waiter left us alone. Then I pulled out a folder from my briefcase and slid it across the table. Inside were printed screenshots of her messages, hotel receipts, photos, a copy of the legal paperwork I'd filed 3 months ago, quietly finalizing our divorce. She hadn't noticed, too busy exploring. Her face drained of color as she flipped through each page. "What is this?" she whispered. "Closure," I said. I stood, left enough cash on the table to cover her wine, and walked out. The fallout was ugly, as expected. Her trainer dumped her once he realized she wasn't the wealthy partner he thought she was. Her friends turned on her when they saw the proof. Even her family reached out to me, embarrassed by her lies. I didn't gloat, didn't post, didn't speak a word. I just lived my life, quietly, freely. The woman I mentioned, the one who knows what she wants, she exists. We met during those silent months. She's not perfect, but she's honest. And honesty, I've learned, is worth more than love. A few weeks ago, I got a message from my ex. Just one line. "Do you ever think about us?" I didn't reply. But if I had, I'd have said this. "Yes, I think about us, the way a chess player thinks about his first defeat. Not with regret, but with understanding. Every move you made taught me how to win. You wanted to explore. You did. I just made sure you never found your way back. Now, when I pass that old restaurant, I can still see her there, sitting alone, staring at the door, waiting for someone who learned that love without respect is just a game. And I don't play games anymore."